Hello YouTube, this is Glitch and I'm back with another video for you guys. With the increasing cost of cable and satellite subscriptions on the rise, many consumers are moving towards streaming service provider alternatives. Today I'll be looking at one solution on the market, and that is the MAG IPTV set-top box from Informir. If you don't know much about Informir, they specialize in IPTV, over-the-air, and video-on-demand solutions, and have offices based in Russia, Germany, Estonia, UAE, and the United States. The MAG254 comes neatly packaged inside a small rectangular box that includes a full-featured remote, power adapter, RCA audio video cable, AAA batteries, and an instruction manual. Specifications indicate that the unit is Linux-based and supports a wide variety of audio and video formats, including full HD at 1080p. On the front of the MAG254, you have a single USB port, IR receiver, and indicator light, and on the back you have another USB 2.0 port, optical port, HDMI port, 4-pin 3.5mm composite video and stereo output, 10100 Ethernet port, RC, and power adapter port. While the MAG254 supports built-in Ethernet, you have the option of picking up an optional USB wireless adapter that supports 802.11n with data transfer rates up to 150 megabits per second. The MAG254 comes with a full-featured remote control, which includes options for changing the audio mode, setup menu, context menu, quick TV access, virtual keyboard, and mute. All the standard media player controls are available, including fast play, play pause, stop, and skip. A center D-pad allows you to navigate up, down, left, right, and two plus and minus buttons on either side allow you to control volume as well as switch channels. Connecting the MAG254 to your television only requires a few easy steps. All you need to do is plug a free network cable from your router into the 10100 Ethernet port, and then next, an HDMI cable from the back of your TV into the HDMI port on the back of the MAG254. Don't forget to plug in AC for power. Next, I will show you what the MAG254 looks like when it's finally powered on. So when you power on the MAG254 device, this is what the main menu will actually look like. So in your top left-hand corner, you've got your network connections, either wired or wireless. You've got some temperature information. So I'm in Toronto, and currently right now it's -12. And then you've got a few menu items that you can actually scroll through with using the remote control. So I've got a home media section, section for IPTV channels, YouTube, Picasa, a built-in internet browser, settings menu, a menu guide, download manager, record manager, weather, and then there's 3 games at the bottom here. So if I actually go to home media, what this allows you to do is, if you've got media that's located on your network, so what I do, essentially this allows you to connect to that media and play it back on your TV using this device. So as you can see, it's pulled up 3 of my QNAP media devices. If I hit the first one, it allows me to browse that directory on that device and then find my movies folder and then scroll down to the movie of my choice. It's not as flashy as something like Kodi or Media Portal or Plex, but essentially it does allow you to get to your media. So if I choose the first one, 10,000 BC, hit the movie file, which is an MKV, and then it starts to play. Playback is smooth, picture looks very sharp, sound quality is good. So again, if you don't have a home theater PC in your house, this is a nice alternative option to provide you some access to your media. So I'm going to back out of this, go back to the main menu. Okay, this I will get to in a second. YouTube is exactly what you think it is. There's a YouTube client built into this device, which will allow you to watch YouTube videos from your device. So as you can see, it's showing me some information. I'm not going to start up any one of these, but essentially it's self-explanatory. So I'm going to exit out of here. Okay. Picasa, I don't have a Picasa account, so I'm not going to start that up. Internet browser. So if you want to couch surf from your television, you get an on-screen keyboard, and you can start typing in an address here. Oh, there we go. It's actually picked up YouTube. And away it goes. So kind of nice feature if you want to couch surf from your television. Away you go. And there we go. There we have YouTube. And I'm controlling all this with the remote control. So I will back out of here. Okay. Weather, self-explanatory. Again, I'm in Toronto. And this will pick up the forecast for the next couple days in the week. Show me what the temperature is. Kind of nice to have. Record Manager is basically used if you want to record an IPTV broadcast. You can actually go into here, select the show you want to record, attach a USB device to the USB port on the MAG254, and record that media. Download Manager, essentially if you want to download a file or any information directly to this device, you'd put the information into this and then it would download it directly. We'll go to settings. So the first thing you want to do actually when you actually get into settings, I would recommend, is actually do the software update. Of course, this doesn't come with the latest firmware on it, so you want to connect to the provider of this device, the MAG254 Informir, and get the latest information. I've already done this already. I've set beta versions to disable because I like running stable firmware, so I'm just going to back out of this. Access control. If you have kids and you want to password protect this so they don't have access to the device and you don't want anybody to access to your content, you can actually put that option on and put in a password lock on the device. Playback. Again, you can select what language you want. If you want subtitles, size of subtitles, subtitle color. So I'm just going to leave these at default. Interface. Again, you can set this device to say what section you want it to start. If you wanted to start with the IPT channels, you can set the format for your temperature controls, HDMI, event reaction, turn on screensaver. If you want the clock during playback, set your brightness for the device and the RC model. I'll just leave this all at the default. Okay, so if we go into system settings, here's where you can actually configure the device. So network, you've got a couple options here if you want to do wired, PPOE, or wireless. I have both options, but I'd recommend going with wired. And essentially all it needs is just a assigned IP address, subnet mask, and then your gateway. If you got DHCP turned on, you can set it so this can pull an IP address from your DHCP server and automatically configure the device. Or if you prefer to manually put in an IP address, you have that option as well. And wireless, again, if you've got the wireless USB dongle attached to this device, it will essentially take a look and see if there is any wireless connections available. Once you find your own wireless connection, the SSID for it, you essentially click on it, put in your key, and then the device is connected. Keyboard layout. Essentially, there's different language style keyboards in here based on where you're located. I selected English, so I'm just going to leave this at the default here. Nothing special about this option. Device information. I won't scroll into it because I've already pre-configured this to show you guys what this device is capable of. But essentially what this will do is it'll show the MAC address of your device, the IP configuration, and what firmware level you're running. Network information. Again, all it's going to do is just show you the information that you've configured in this menu. Now, reboot device, exactly what it says it does. Without physically having to unplug the device, you can essentially just reboot it here. And restart portal, essentially what this will do, I'll show in a second, is it'll restart this device with a new interface. Now, once you've signed up with an IPTV provider, you actually want to go into servers here. And there's a couple options that you're going to have here. Your general sets up an NTP server. I'm not going to be doing that information. Portals is essentially when you set up with an IPTP provider, they will give you a URL and a port number to connect to one of their servers. I've already, for testing purposes, pre-configured this, so I don't want to show this information for the sake of this video. But essentially, you would put that information into this portal and then save the information. And then you're going to back out to this menu And then what you want to do is just hit this restart portal here. So I'm going to say yes. And then it starts to load up your IPTV provider information. And this takes a couple seconds. And again, as I said, the portal information is just a URL to the provider with a port number so you can actually pull in your channels. It takes a couple seconds to load. The interface for the MAG254 actually changes at this point. You get a much fancier menu for your options. And as you can see, it started to pull in some information. So if I go back to the main menu, here you can see I've got access to some of my IPTV provider channels. Not all of them are in HD, but as an alternative cable option, this is actually pretty good. So I've got nothing there.
Here's your remote. Great.
Let's go to game show. Okay, and I can full screen this, and away I go. Now, as I said, this is not in HD, so, but still, for getting television information over the internet, this is actually pretty good. And I've got quite a few selections of channels that are available: Star, Cinemax, Bloomberg, BBC. Let's actually scroll to HBO. Take a look there. So something called San Francisco 2.0. And again, the quality is actually pretty good for scrolling over the internet. Now, the package that I have has English channels as well as international channels. So if I back out of this and I go back to live TV. So as I said, here's what the new revised menu looks like. So here I can see all my channels. I can see only pay-per-view information. I've got English, Portuguese, Brazilian, Turkish, Arabic, sports, Tamil, Bangla, Hindu, Filipino, Greek, English kids, Urdu, Nepal, Punjabi. And again, the amount of channels that you get is dependent on your IPTV provider. I mostly just signed up for the English information. And again, I've got a full listing of different channels that I have access to.
Dreams continue to swarm into this center.
So for example, if I just want to view the sports channels, I get a good, cool listing of all the sports ones. So let's see if this one's available. No, nothing there. Oh, here we go.
Has somewhat of a lucky feel. It's the seventh.
And away I go. So
7,000 competitors.
sports again. It says it's in HD, but that doesn't actually look in HD quality.
Come from the four corners of the world.
So here's
what is the flagship event and the finale, of course.
See, got WWE. See if that actually comes up.
You can't hide forever.
And away I go. WWE.
And we're gonna do what we do best. Wake up all these people.
There's TSN.
Puts it up for the win. Oh,
And again, accessing sports. Now, again, also, this is an option that wasn't available in the main menu once you refresh the portal. Video on demand. This is an option again from the IPTV provider. So here we can see some specific TV shows. And essentially, if I actually go into it, let's see, I'm a big Walking Dead fan. I've got season 1, episode 1. That doesn't actually look complete. Let's take a look at The Big Bang Theory. Okay. So here's season 1 of The Big Bang Theory. So this is actually similar to what you get in Netflix. Hit 1. And away I go, Big Bang Theory. Again, this is an optional service that would be provided with your IPTV provider. Pay-per-view movies. If I go here, let's see what's available here. So these are actually some older movies. Actually, this is actually relatively new that have been added. Let's see how good this is. Again, these are movies that are available. So again, you know, if you have a service like Kodi or Netflix, almost similar, you can actually pull information from movies. So that's actually pretty good. I didn't know that this stuff was available. So there you have it. A nice way to cut your cable bill. I'll be playing around with this a little bit more just to see what different IPTV providers are available, see what other services are available. But I think based on my testing, this might be the best solution for cutting cables. So this is just a short overview of the MAG254. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want more content from this channel. Again, this is Glitch, and I'm out.